Hey everybody, this is MarlonFans95, and it's time for the Transformers 5 discussion. And something interesting about this Transformers 5 discussion is that you won't even know this until I tell you, but I am filming this completely blindly because my camera just decided that its screen does not want to work anymore, so I'm filming this just hoping that I'm in the shot right now. So I'm gonna have to get a replacement part or something, and this sucks really bad. But let's go ahead and get into the Transformers 5 news. A lot of things to talk about. First off, we have these groups of kids that is going to be, they're going to be with Isabella's character, at least in stuff filmed right now in Detroit, which is doubling as Chicago. And it is more part of a war tour in Chicago that we really didn't see that much in Transformers Age of Extinction. So it looks like there is still going to be parts of the city that were just kind of left and abandoned and haven't been, built back up ever since the attack in Dark of the Moon. And that is where we are seeing Isabella and these 4 other kids that are with her. Now, Isabella is an orphan, and so I'm assuming these kids are probably orphans too, and are just kind of, hanging out in Chicago. They've probably lost their parents or something like that. Now, I do have this possible theory regarding how Isabella works into the Transformers universe, tying back to, previous films, but I'm going to leave that for another video, but I do have some interesting ideas on that, but we'll leave that for a later date. So, we also have an on-set image of just a bunch of explosions. Michael Bay tweeted this out on the 4th of July, and it's just bunch of chaos. We see these vehicles, which is the TRF. Still don't know who they are exactly, but they are shooting at a bunch of stuff, and then you see Bumblebee in the middle of these explosions. So not sure what's going on there. And then there's some other things that are in the photo that I'm not going to talk about. You can look at it if you want, but it kind of gets maybe spoilery. You don't know until you actually see what's happening in the film. So it's kind of, I don't think they would release the photo if it was something major, but just in case there's something in there involving humans that is a little like, I don't know if I should tell you guys, because maybe you might get mad for spoiling something, so I don't know. So I'm just going to leave that. If you want to look, go ahead. So also on set in Detroit, we have these like bottles of like Gatorade and stuff that are actually filled with Energon, and it's this green Energon, and they call it Energon, but I'm sorry, it's Energon. It just is. That's the way I say it. It's Energon. So it's just a bunch of bottles. So I don't know what that's for. The guy that was filling them up said they were Isabella's. So maybe it has to do something with Sqweeks, not sure. Speaking of Sqweeks, we have a CGI model of Sqweeks thanks to the Transformers Snapchat account. So it's just, it really intrigues me how they're going to tackle the whole, prop Sqweeks versus CGI Sqweeks, because when you have those two in the movie, you're going to be able to tell, oh, that's CGI, and oh, that's a real prop. And, it's just gonna kind of take me out of the movie a little bit, kind of being like, oh, well, that's actually there. Oh, well, that's CGI. So I don't know how they're gonna really work that out. Maybe the prop is going to be used in some more obscure, faraway shots. Possibly. Maybe it's not going to be, in the film that much as a prop. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Also, we have another on-set image, and this was, I believe, back in the Phoenix filming in Arizona. And it is of 2 flipped military vehicles, those TRF trucks that we've been seeing, all over the sets, and we see Michael Bay there, and they're being flipped in a way where I think it's going to be a slow motion shot because they're on some kind of a rig and they're just kind of suspended up in the air. So I think a slow motion shot is inevitable there, just because that's what it looks like to me. Also, we have a shot of Lennox along with Santiago Cabrera, and it looks like Lennox is a part of this TRF military team. We still don't know exactly what their kind of involvement is, but they're wearing these strange suits with these dots on them. And now as far as the dots, it could be a couple of things. It could be just kind of some kind of, swimsuit, dive wear that they could be using for going underwater. I saw that brought up by Red Goblin on Transformer World, or it could also be a thing for CGI, like for reference or something like that. So I'm not sure completely, but it does look kind of odd. This has those like random colorful dots on their shoulders there. So Lennox is a part of the TRF with Santiago Cabrera's character. So he is seen in a U.S. Army uniform in the Arizona filming, and now we're going to see him in the TRF uniform. So interesting to see what ends up happening there. Also, last but not least, Laura Haddock is just had her first day on set, so she is currently in Detroit now filming her scenes, and that just about does it. And make sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And until next time, I am Marlon Fan95. See you guys.